What up, bitches? It's the misanthropic one, aka He Who Hungers, and I'm back up in this bitch for another rant. First off, I want to shout out the This Is 30 podcast. I was on there on a panel discussing this whole recent George Floyd incident and how it affects black men in America. Shout out to Janique, the host of This Is 30 podcast. I had a good time on there. We all had fun, I believe. We all got different perspectives of what's going on today. Some of us got to vent and everything. I thought it was a great experience. Hopefully we'll do something again real soon. For those that want to hear it, I'll leave the link down in the description box. Go check out This Is 30 podcast. It was a good time. All right. Now, this is sort of related to what I'm talking about because this is still George Floyd related. And I want to talk about Lizzo again. Let me tell you something. This chick, I've mentioned this before. She is super annoying, man. Like, she just says shit that literally doesn't make any type of sense. And like my man Anthony Brian Logan says, and I'm really beginning to believe this, he believes that she's an industry plant, just thrown in there just to push a certain narrative. And I totally agree with that. Lizzo just recently came out in light of these the recent George Floyd nonsense, um, and said something to the effect of white people should not be silent. They shouldn't. They need to speak up. And I don't know what rock she's living under, but when it comes to the George Floyd situation, you have a plethora of not just white people, just everybody coming out saying how fucked up that situation was. I'm not gonna rehash it. You already know what the situation is. In fact, I'm just so fucking depressed, so angry. Even I can't even go on social media because everything is just revolving around. Well, I don't want to say that, but all the stupid ass rioting that has nothing to do with George Floyd, but people are saying it's in the name of George Floyd. Um, yeah, so it's like, what are you talking about? Like, what white people? I mean, what do you? God, and, you know what pisses me off about that statement is not only are white people speaking up and out there protesting, some of them protesting the right way, and then you have others that are doing the fuck shit. But you do have white people that are doing this. So, but why I'm doing saying this is because she's of the ilk, the whole SJW crowd. She's of the ilk of she's from the same type of cloth of people that say, well, white people shouldn't talk. White people can't talk about XYZ, about certain things. So it's like, okay, now I understand why some of them been saying like, well, I'm confused. You want me to talk now, but you don't want me to talk when it comes to the same type of scenario, which you claim happens all the time, but now you want me to talk. So yeah, when it comes to someone that sees that, I'm confused as well. Like, it it doesn't make sense. You understand? And this you know this creates the question, what do you want white people to say? Because we already know that there's a narrative you got to put out there that all you Hollywood celebrities want to follow. So what do you want specifically for these people to say? Because we all know, unless they're in lockstep with you, if they're not in lockstep, all y'all gonna label them racist or this and that, or fuck you, you're not down with the cause, whatever the case may be. So you want a narrative to be pushed. Let's just call it what it is. You understand? And by the way, it's funny how she'll sit and say she wants white people to say X, Y, and Z on behalf of black people. But meanwhile, she doesn't have a problem with people by the likes of white people, preferably by the likes of Justin Timberlake, Steve Carell, Seth Rogen, Halsey, all these idiots going out and donating money to bail out people that are rioting in these same communities where there's a lot of black people losing their businesses, losing their homes. Hell, I even heard that there was a story that there was a house on fire and some of these rioters were preventing people from going into these houses. They set the houses on fire and there were kids inside the houses. Luckily they were able to save the kids, but people are actually dying behind all this stuff. But you ain't gonna call them out because they're your rich buddies, they're your Hollywood buddies. Call them out. And it, all of them ain't white because you have Don Cheadle's name was in there too as well. So amongst others that are doing that stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? So so they want to go bail Antifa out and people like that are doing shit in the name of quote unquote black people. Meanwhile, they're destroying black businesses and black neighborhoods and fucking shit up. Nah, you ain't got nothing to say about that. You know, all you motherfuckers that want to, and instead of like donating money to that shit, why don't you just take that money and give it to George Floyd's family? That would be, at least in my eyes, the honorable thing to do. Just donate the money to them. Say, hey, look, this is what we're going to do. That's why I got to shout out Floyd Mayweather. I really have a lot of respect for this dude. You know, over the years, I've really grown to love this dude. He turned around and said, hey, look, I'll pay for the funeral costs. Let me know what's up. That's it. He's not out here doing all the most and, the bullshit hashtags and all that. No, he's just here, look, I'm willing to pay for it. What's up? But all y'all talking of doing the hashtags and living in your Hollywood mansions, ain't nobody dealing with you. That's why, again, you don't mind people rioting. You don't mind it because you don't live with the average people, the plebs. You don't care. So that's it. This bitch really drives me crazy. You know how I feel. It's a whole, you can't criticize me. You know how I feel about her, the fake body positivity crap. Now it's this. Listen, fuck all these celebrities that don't do shit, that are just sitting here crying. You don't have to deal with the everyday shit. Yeah, I'm not saying you can't have an opinion, but when you sit here and say dumbass shit, don't expect people to stay silent about that. All right. So that's it. Everybody else, y'all know the deal. Leave your love, leave your hate. Most of all, subscribe. Follow me on BitChute and Brighteon under the Misanthropic One. And please spread this video on Twitter, Facebook, wherever the fuck you want to spread it to fight the YouTube algorithm and YouTube censorship as well. All right. Peace, bitches.